It's rarely. Dave
the
usually has
internet.
other issues, impotence-wise.
Trash to Cash podcast, episode 145, and Kevin's grumpy. Why you grumpy, Kevin?
Why you grumpy, Kevin?
Why you so grumpy?
Why you grumpy?
Listen, when you're going, Dave. I don't know how you're doing it. Carrie's doing the same thing.
Dude, it's hard.
I've got 2 trips coming up to highway sales, followed by a family trip, and I'm like, I don't know how do you keep putting out content? You know, how do you keep doing? It's like,
here's the thing. I talked about this in my Flipper video I recorded today. Going on a vacation as someone who owns a business where you're the primary source of income, it's not vacation. It's just doing work 2 weeks early or 2 weeks late.
Yeah, that's exactly
you're still
right.
doing the same work. It's still sitting there.
You're doing 2 weeks worth of work. I tell people,
you can be off.
Yeah. Somebody asked me how many hours do you work if you say you only do eBay 20 hours a week, and I'm like, I honestly do eBay 20 hours a week. I don't know why people don't believe me. Mm-hmm. But I work 70, 80 hours easy, and this week it's like every minute I'm awake unless I'm eating.
Well, so I'm trying to get way ahead on the listings. I've talked about that, and for the last 2 days I've ended up adding about 100 listings to my drafts. So I'm up to 208 drafts. 208 drafts, and then my picker is all finished and scheduled through the end of August, or through the middle of August, like August 8th, I think.
What are you? Are you AI? That's my question. Are you AI? Have we been dealing with the robot small wonders this whole time?
I've got 2 cooking videos scheduled per week all the way till August 5th. Yeah. We're ahead 2 podcasts now. And we still need to do at least 2 more pods before vacation happens, which should be good next Sunday. Next Sunday at least, and maybe next Wednesday. We'll see. I don't know.
Well, if we could figure one when we're all together, like me and Kevin and everybody.
Yeah.
This is already the worst podcast ever. We're talking about the podcast on the podcast.
Dude, it's meta. It's meta.
The worse this thing gets,
curb your enthusiasm.
Me and Carrie spent 40 minutes talking about just our dreams at the end of one of the secret episodes, and I got 3 phone calls about how great it was. So it's whatever.
Listen, Kevin, people love us, and by us I mean Dave and me, and you're here.
I love you guys.
Thank you for being here.
I know, I love you. We all love each other, and people feel that it emanates from us.
Who else?
I got the pineapple hat on.
Who else do you know that would take an aggressive loss on everything they bought at the Universal Garage Sale for you? I'm the
just
only
for the
one.
Record, I told you were going to. I was like, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
It was a business expense to take a loss on every one of those products.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
I'm looking because you can do the math pretty quick, right? So if the retail was 40, I paid 80%, or I get 80% off, which means I paid 8 a piece, sell them as a bundle for $10. I lost $6. It's pretty easy math, really. In real time, when you look at the price tag, you can really feel the hurt of it. It's oh, ouch.
Whoa, geez. I mean, I'm like,
but
what are you doing?
In your defense, you might actually get a 20K on Dave's destination. That's the kind of video, right?
That could bump. Yeah, right now it's only at 4. It's earned me $25 on Dave's destination. So that detracted from a little of the loss.
Did you buy anything that you didn't sell on there that you're
I bought
sell?
A few things I was going to keep, and then I sold them all anyways.
There's
that. Well, actually, that's not true. I bought Anna a hoodie that was $25 even after because it was originally $100, and she kept that.
You made up for it with some of your items that you were selling in bulk just out of your shed. Some of those did all right. I'm like, huh. Yeah.
I was really struggling with the cassettes. I ran them, didn't sell. Didn't sell. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to lot them all, 75
But then
cassettes.
You put the best one at the end, Dave. It was that one that drove it. You just don't know your cassettes good enough.
No, I know. I just had never looked. I didn't even know it was in them. Yeah, I didn't even know it was in them until I ran it. I was like, oh, this has a lot of good stuff.
You ran 2 crappy ones, and then you put the good one. I'm like, dude, you probably should put that one up first.
The third one was good. The 4th one, the big one, was great. And I was like, oh, okay, there we go. So they'll do fine. I mean, anyways, it's live auction life. It's fine. It's easier for me because I can ship it all together.
You know how easy it was for me on my show today? I knew I literally paid $1 for every single T-shirt that I was selling. Some 50 cents, but very few, and then the decals. And so I knew exactly how much I had in that show. I know exactly how much the labor was because I don't run those shows, and roughly what the shipping is, and I'll come out with $130 profit.
Okay.
Not too bad.
It's not bad. Yeah, I don't even know what I got out of that show. I don't know. We'll see.
I could only imagine how you know what would be the most discouraging part about a show that's underwhelming that I've cut myself out from, thankfully, is having to ship it afterwards. That was my least favorite thing when I had a bad show and then I had to ship. Now Dawn has to deal with that anguish, and I could just go do my thing, being the TikTok guy. You know, that's just what I'm gonna do.
So Tina is not a reseller. Has no interest in reselling or shipping. She's okay with shipping. She sometimes says she enjoys it, but it's like it's not like a set in stone rule that Tina's gonna ship. Tina ships like if
when
she
Tina
decides
ship.
she wants to ship, right?
Yeah.
Like
Every time I've been there, Tina's been way too cool. Like she
super
ships a
good.
ton.
When people visit, she ships everything. But like I think it's worse though than just having her not ship at all. Because you're always like, I wonder if she's gonna ship it, and then it's like, I don't think she's gonna ship it. I don't think.
Hey,
I
gotta
trying to get your
you know
hopes up and everything.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I might not have to ship this, and you're like, I gotta ship it.
There was like a 2-month stretch where I was stressed. I was doing just too much, and Heather came and she literally helped me ship for like 2 months not every time, but dang near every time. And now it's like she's busy too, you know, and so it's like every once in a while she hadn't been down there shipping like 2 weeks. I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, and it's like you don't want to say like, hey, are you gonna ship? Because then like she's gonna feel like she has to ship, and she doesn't have to. Like it's not really her job, but it's like I don't know. It's almost better to have like a Dawn thing where it's like they always ship or a never ship kind of situation.
Today was that for me, and I couldn't ask her because she was doing so much, man. And but man, I mean, I woke up, I filmed 2 different flipper videos, 2 of them, because I need to get extras. Plus, there was 39 sales. I'm like, I ain't putting 39 sales on one video, so filmed 2 separate videos, and of course, all the shipping. I had 4 or 5 other things that I was doing today that had to get done. I still, after this podcast is over, I got to edit a video. Get it up. I'm like, good night, man. I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
I'm trying to do like I got 2 days before I leave, or like a day and a half because I leave Thursday morning. I'd like to get like another 15 or 20 TikToks done, but they're easy. I just open packs and I just BS. It's fun. But I wouldn't mind editing some more fancy ones like garage sale footage stuff. I have some of that. Now that I have a new phone, thankfully, I have a new phone, everybody. I can airdrop everything to my phone because it has so much space and life is easy and good.
Listen, this is a deep dive. A deep dive into us stressing about vacation that while you're listening to, we're currently on. So now we're happy as bees. Don't stress about us. We're probably happy right now.
You are on vacation, Dave.
I am
going on vacation. When's your vacation?
At a highway sale. Huh?
Yeah, but that's true. You're actually still going to be working at the highway sale.
Actually,
but I'm going to be
which highway sale?
I might actually be seeing you at this time, Dave. I think I am. I think today I'm seeing you.
I'll be at the National. I'll be at the National Car Convention in Cleveland, probably.
July 23rd, is that when this comes out?
Yeah, I'll be like there, man.
Hi, happy July 23rd.
I just got free tickets to give away. I got to figure out how to give them away.
So here's the thing.
We could do it on Trash to Cash. I can give away free tickets. Actually, I shouldn't. I think I'm supposed to do it on my card channel.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
But no, okay, so Kevin, on the 23rd, people want to know this. I talked to Brandon. He's got someone babysitting, and we're going to leave our kids at his house, so dinner can just be you and Heather, me and Brandon, Jen, and Tina, if that works for you. Unless you want to bring your kids, you can.
And Death Pop Picker.
And Mike, fine, that's fine. But yeah.
I don't know. I think he'll be here the next day.
You can bring your kids if you want, but we're going to have no kids. We're going to...
Okay, cool. Well,
so
I was hoping that Reagan could meet your daughter, too. So, we'll figure it out.
Drop her off at Brandon's house.
We're going to have a crazy time in Cleveland. Tim's going to bring his collection of Murano glass items, and we're just going to...
lick them.
We're just going to toke away and chill.
You literally could just drop Reagan off at Brandon's house, and he could hang out with Anna. She could hang out with Anna there.
Yeah, it's only 45 minutes away.
I think this is perfect
the
for the
restaurant
podcast.
near
Let's
Brandon's
talk
house?
of details.
This is pathetic. Listen, we hit our top point.
We need to talk about poop.
I think we should have quit at our top point. We did. The last 2 videos just killed it, and just is like it's not, you know. This should be it.
Should we bring Tekken on just randomly again so we get some views?
He really likes coming on.
He liked us. I talked to him for a while. He was like into it. He's like, anytime. So we should just abuse that.
People liked him. He ripped on me a couple times. He got a couple zingers in on me, and I didn't even notice it.
He gets some. You really listen to it. Yeah, he gets some zingers in. Yeah, he does.
It's pretty good. Oh my goodness. Well, it's got a lot of views. This one's killing it, and the next one we'll see. But hey, Tim was upset. I was on Reseller Information Network. I went on their show. I'm doing a podcast circuit. I don't know if you guys knew that, but we're talking about shopcommons.net. So I figured I couldn't talk about it on here.
You say shopcommon.net?
Is it called ShopCommon? I hope not.
Shopcommons.net.
Oh, Shop, comma, what?
Commons. Commonwealth Commons.
Comma what?
Commons.
Like a pause?
You should have just called it
See what
at
I mean?
that point.
This is why I'm on the other people's podcasts. I got to promote this thing.
How is Pop Comma doing?
You should have just done. You should have done Commons and just picked a random country that was available. Latvia or something. Just went with
that. Speaking of, I sold a an American embassy in Turkey single stitch shirt and sweatshirt today. $29.
Wow. That's cool.
Wow, you're now on some sort of government watch list.
Are you Mojo Dojo?
Like, who's buying this stuff? Did you ever look at something and wonder, like, why is somebody buying this?
Yeah, pretty much every enemy I've ever seen.
Everyone is just like, every time we ship out one of those Inamen, we're like, I shouldn't have inserted it, but I did.
But it's in. Actually, Carrie sometimes. Okay, let's talk iPhone.
Listen,
I sold an iPhone.
Let's commit to the bit. Go.
I sold an iPhone on eBay for $950. It arrived July 1st to the.
You could have sold it to Carrie.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, what did you pay? I sold mine for $950. You would have gotten a steal. It was a Max, the same one you bought. But anyway,
15.
Yeah, 15 Pro Max. I got $950 for it. So yeah, you could have gotten a steal from me. But anyways, here's what happens. I ship it. It goes to Miami. Guy messages me yesterday, says it hasn't arrived. It's 8 days later. 8 days later. And I got a signature required. And he's like, if you look, the zip code doesn't match the zip code in my address. And I did look, and like the address on the eBay order has a different zip code than the delivered zip code, which has me concerned.
Yeah, well,
people buy it.
We're back. We unpaused the show. Okay, so they're talking about
it was paused the whole time.
It was paused that whole time. Yeah,
classic podcast material right there.
Yeah, you missed it, man.
Time. Yeah, I found the pause button. It's really handy. Anyways, what I was saying is
now they're going to wonder what we talked about. This is good.
That's good. Good. Tickle their butts with a feather, as they say.
Yeah, why not? Why not two feathers? Because we're fancy.
Consent. Okay, so anyways,
the
consent. iPhone is delivered to the wrong address. The guy's like, I never got it. It's been 9 days. Can you try to figure out what's going on? They won't let me open a case. And I go look at it, and sure enough, it's the wrong thing. And so I have to message USPS to get a confirmation of delivery. Like, you don't just see it on the website anymore. If you want to see the signature, you have to request it.
For signature, yeah.
Yeah, the signature, you have to request it. And so I request it, and I get it, and it says signed by agent, which, what the heck does that mean? Yeah. And I look up the address where it was delivered, and this was like a big long.
It's a drop shipper, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a drop
shipper agent.
Yep, it's a drop shipper agent, and the drop shipper, although they told the guy to put their address, they went and they picked it up at the post office, and the address it got delivered and signed at was the post office address. So, will eBay seller protection cover me?
Yes, look, this is a great topic because I've got this issue right now. I had somebody leave me a negative feedback, and they're like, hey, this showed up in my country of Chile today, and it's not the same size as it says on the thing, which it is, but there was a different mistake in there. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't sell nothing to nobody in Chile. Like, this isn't right. And so I looked at the address. It was Florida. It was a drop shipper.
Miami.
And so how does this person leave the feed? The drop shipper had to leave the feedback and act like it was this person. And so should be taken off too.
That's not true. What? That's not true because you buy it and you ship it to the drop shipper.
Okay. Oh, so, that's true.
That's the way it works.
So, but it should be protected. I haven't made a phone call yet.
I don't know. Yeah. See, that's why I'm really concerned with this because it shows a different delivered address than was on the order, but the delivered address is clearly the post office if you look it up in that town. So I think I'll be covered. It shows it was signed.
Yeah, somebody came and picked it up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If you are liable and you have to refund them, this is my advice. You shut down your eBay account and then you move your house and get a new address. You change your IP address and you start a new eBay account. You're good.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Just make a video and slam eBay if they don't cover you.
Dude, get some money that way.
I was freaking out because I didn't buy insurance. Maybe I should have, but I did not buy USPS insurance for it.
Are you like one of those guys? Unless it's $951, you don't buy insurance, and it was $950.
I didn't really think about it. Do you buy?
I shipped a $500 item today. I shipped a $500 item today. Didn't insure it.
Yeah.
We insure the $1.50 cards because we care.
How much does that cost?
No,
It's $3. No, we don't.
Oh, I love it. That's funny. That is good. But that is good. I'm fairly certain, and people will tell us in the comments, that if it is a drop shipped item, you should be covered, and I think I should be covered in the.
Well, what's
Dude,
interesting?
I think I should be covered.
Carrie
should give me some
money. He should just
back.
get the money. What's interesting is when I call USPS and I sat on hold and I punched in the number, the automated message it gave me was, "This was picked up by a reshipper, and we cannot give any further updates on the delivery." Meaning they literally had notes that it was a reshipper, a drop shipper, sending it to Costa Rica. So I think I'm in the clear. But this guy is now messaging me. He wants me to call that local post office, see what's going on, because the company's telling them that
you got to deal with the drop shipper, man. You did it.
I was like, listen, it's not my problem anymore.
Well, yeah. Well,
that's what I said. I said
you got it to the address that was given on eBay, right? Which was the drop shipper.
Maybe we should warn all people in Costa Rica not to use this drop shipper.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, serious. That's why I'm concerned, Carrie, because it didn't go to the address on
We are the 198th ranked entrepreneurship podcast in Costa Rica right now. So
Cambodia.
They're probably listening.
In Cambodia, too, we're ranking in the top
we're
200.
126 in Cambodia. Thank you very much.
We're not.
No, this is real.
True.
I don't know why you're listening to us in Cambodia, but thank you.
You've got the new iPhone. You've got lots of space.
Yes.
I cut you off. What were you saying?
I'm excited about it. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm in space. Like, I feel like I'm in 2001: A Space Odyssey.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say you didn't. But did you go back and get the other one fixed?
No.
Yes.
You did.
I didn't.
They fixed it.
No, because I don't have time. No.
You're leaving in a day, bro, and you gave them $200. They have to fix that crap.
I don't want to have to
go.
Well, then
get them on record.
4 hours.
Seriously, what are you going to do?
I got a lot to do.
You don't
Did you
just
get it
stay there,
all
just drop
moved
it off.
over? All the stuff moved over? No, you don't have it all moved over.
While you're gone.
Then drop it off and say, I'm picking up.
Yeah, everything's moved over. I'm good to
You need
go.
to
I'm just kind of like.
Yeah. You need to drop it off tomorrow, because you're not going to do it if you wait till after your trip. It's just the human nature, man. And if you get them to fix it, you're going to be able to sell it for I'm telling you, dude, you can sell it for like $400 or $500 if you just go be a little firm and tell them they need to fix your phone they broke.
But I need to take pictures of $1.50 cards to sell when I'm on my trip.
This is like selling 400 cards, bro. Just literally a trip to the mall is the same as selling 400 cards. You need to just go do it.
I should.
Or give it Dawn. Have her do it.
I got to get my spray tan tomorrow, though.
Well, that's right next door, so it's going to be fine. Yeah. And also, you get a spray tan from all the radiation leaking out the back of that thing.
Man.
It's broken back.
Thank you for...
Hey.
Why'd you do that?
Dave.
Now I'm going to Google for 2 hours.
You make a lot of mistakes. Have you ever sold a $149.95 item for $14.95?
Yes.
$149.95. Have you ever sold one of those items for $14.95 before? No. Okay.
No, not that exact number. I've made mistakes that are similar, but is this something you did?
Probably.
Are you going to put it in your video?
Like, that's so fast.
You've made much larger mistakes.
I'm not giving it away.
What was the item?
So is this video.
This is coming out in 2 weeks.
We'll see. I haven't filmed it yet.
When is your...
Oh, man.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever.
Listen to this ASP.
That's
I get down here and a bunch of stuff sold from when we were up there earlier, and I came down. I'm like, sweet, look at all the sales, and look at this pathetic $765, $695, $695, $1190, $950. I don't even sell this stuff anymore.
Yeah, that's pathetic.
Oh my god!
You're on the wrong podcast, Kevin.
There's good ones too, but
that would be the sale of the week on some podcasts.
Since I was upstairs, that I was excited to look at, and they're all old items that I would sell, cheaper items, and they're all 30% off discounts. Every single one of them. Pathetic.
That's lame. Well, I will say, I'm now basically fully listing out of the container, not out of. Yeah, I'm finding good stuff. I sent you a picture of this Cadillac emblem I got.
Yeah, and then you sold the rest of the
pile. Sitting in a pile, and it sells for like $60. Brand new. It's just brand new, sitting in there.
No, you sold the emblem. Yeah, well, no, I saw my bid on them. I was like, man, the one.
Yeah, but
because there's a good one in there. The Fairlane.
Oh, that wasn't in the same pile.
Somebody got a good deal on that on Dibit.
Yeah, I know. So
Yeah.
they got
That was my
$20
first
for all of them.
car.
Fairly?
N66.
Really?
Ford.
Oh, Carrie's
My
internet
first
dead.
car was
Carrie, tether, buddy, tether.
1979 Accord.
Time
Honda
to tether,
Accord.
Carrie.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, is my internet messed up? Whose internet's messed up?
Hit that pause button.
Yeah, tether your phone, maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Okay,
I'll
we're
pay
back.
for it.
Carrie had internet problems. We're back. Kevin, I was going to ask you while
it
we
says
were recording.
pause
Are you
still.
going to... It's
No,
not
it doesn't.
paused anymore. Are you going to cancel the order that you accidentally sold for $15?
No.
Okay. So we were talking about my death pile before, Carrie. Carrie, you're good, buddy. We hear you. We see you. You're moving.
I know, it just says paused on my corner.
That's
That's
weird. I wouldn't
Okay.
stress about it, though.
I paid a quarter
we
for
got
it,
you.
so we're good.
Yeah. So I was just saying that my death pile. So I pulled out stuff. I had nothing here anymore. So I pulled out stuff yesterday, and I listed like 50, and I went back and do another trip, and I got 46 items to list today. And even with it being 46 items from the container, I did the math. The ASP was $28.50, which I thought that was pretty solid.
Yeah, not bad.
For
A lot
just
better than
death
this
pile.
ASP.
Super quick question. What is ASP?
It's like a
shut
kind of program that you can do, computer program. It's called
Yeah,
ASP.
yeah. Is that where you can communicate with dead people? Is that correct?
I think so. But that's like over $1,300 just pulled out of the container. The day before, I probably pulled out another $1,300. Like it's pretty cool. But it's gonna run out. It's gonna run out because I'm like, it's starting to get a little bit weak out there. Like I look and I've got like a whole shelf full of books, and I'm like, I don't want to list those.
What are you going to be selling in a month when
List
you're
'em.
out of stuff? Are you toenails? Are you going to go look for sagebrush outside?
Yeah.
Tumbleweeds to sell? What are you going to do?
Well, Carrie, the nice thing about having 210 drafts is that means I have 21 days where I can just publish 10.
You're a
Publish
draft
10,
daddy
publish
now.
10,
I forgot about that.
So when you make your drafts, they're fully done. See,
Yeah,
that's not me.
I
I
just hit
make
publish.
just a shell draft. Just throw the pictures in there, be done. And then I come back later, and that's when I
do
go
the
in and
whole
adjust things,
shebang.
and I work the magic. See, I like to be thinking about that listing and figure out the best way to sell
You're
that
way
thing.
too graphic with your hand gestures when you talk like that. It's off
Butter
putting.
your corn, Carrie. Butter your corn.
Butter that corn. But yeah, no, so I think that I need it. I did the math too. I need to list another 70 before I leave, which if I spread that over all the days before I leave, it's 5 a day. I need to list 5 a day.
That's crazy. See, when I go on vacation, I don't prioritize having that. I mean, if I'm on vacation, I don't feel like I have to list 10 a day. I don't feel like that. When I'm at home, I feel like, and now I'm doing an hour a day, but when I'm at home is when I feel like I got to do that.
But you have to understand, part of this was part of the Summer of Dave, where I get through the death pile.
Yeah.
So
By the
it's
way,
not,
I just got my Summer of Dave shirt in. Thank you, Dave.
Finally, dude, it's gonna look so good. Too. Extra small was an interesting choice.
It was. Just barely covers the top of my nips. That's it.
Yeah.
Barely.
Very good. I screwed something up today, y'all. Did you see eBay has this where you can spend your own money?
This is funny, Carrie.
Is this him now?
Now it's his fault. Now he's frozen.
Wow, man.
It's
What is
internet,
going on?
bro? What is going on with
Bedford,
science
Las
and
Vegas,
technology?
Bedford.
There he is. He's back. What'd you say,
I
Kevin?
lost it. Any rate, I
very
filled
elderly,
this
you forgot.
thing out, and when I did, it made me have two-factor authentication on my phone. Do you have that
Yes.
for eBay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I never have. Well, I have it now, and it's a pain in the butt, but whatever.
That
I
is
guess
a pain
I'll live
because
with
I was
it.
planning on hacking your eBay, and now it's
Yeah,
gonna
man.
be harder.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well,
Yeah. Just
I
get
don't
some
know.
was
I've never had
I was gonna, you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna list your ET pins at 5 cents less than what they are right now, and you were gonna go crazy.
I haven't
Yeah,
sold
Kevin almost
many
got my ET
lately.
felt thingies.
Yeah,
You
I
could've
thought I
made a
got
profit
one.
on this.
Maybe
You got
I did
one.
get
I think
one.
you got
I got
one.
one.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Felt
I didn't
your-
get the good deal.
What?
I had these like pennants, the ET pennants.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, and someone got
They were
5 of
cool.
them for like $12 or something, which is a pretty
Dude,
good
yeah,
deal.
your stuff went criminally low
cheaper,
in that
yeah.
auction, but that was good. Some people got some good deals.
Yes, indeed. And tomorrow I'm selling like I delisted. Okay, so here's an interesting topic. I went in and I delisted all my Disney stuff for a Disney auction on Whatnot.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Well, I had it all. It was all cross-listed. Let me be more clear. I had it all cross-listed with Vendu onto my Whatnot marketplace, and I've been wanting to test out the whole like add to auction from Whatnot. It's not great because I add it to the auction and it's a buy it now, so you have to go in and edit each one and turn it into an auction. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah. But I just honestly, a lot of the Disney stuff I have is plush, and I'm just out of room. I'm out of room for plush. It's not selling fast. I know I'm already in the profit on all the plush, and so it's one of those things like
Summer of Dave.
Summer of Dave, man. SOD, sod.
Wow.
Make that shirt.
Summer of Dave.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah,
listen.
it's
Well, I was happy with mine, and let me tell you, some of the other Dibit auctions were going pretty darn well too. So what's the deal? When you started bringing some stuff in bulk and stuff to resellers, it started to sell.
Yeah, but I don't really want that to be what that marketplace is.
No, I know. Well, mine
that's
wasn't today, and it worked just
Yeah.
fine. Mine wasn't. I sold single T-shirts, and we did real good.
I love resellers. I love providing them deals and stuff. But
well, that's what shopcommons.net is, Dave. You can go sell in
Is
bulk
it
over there.
.net too? It's also .net?
Yeah. Oh, they're all .net except for ours, Dibit.com.
Yeah, we got .com because we had a little bit of respect.
No, it's because we made up a name that nobody had for .com, which is really hard to do.
Yeah, we did.
We did. Well,
I'm surprised you didn't do Tickwitty.
Tickwitty.com was probably available.
Actually, yeah, you were so firm on the Tickwitty. I'm surprised you didn't eventually make it.
Dude, if I type in shopcommons.net, I expect to have like an old video of a guy talking about the end of the world and how we have to drink Kool-Aid together. That's what I expect when I type that in. And I'm getting a retail bulk site.
Jones.net.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
I did go on a Jim Jones kick this week. I was watching like unedited footage of the time he went. Well, the time the senator went there. It was a long story. I don't know why I got caught in that, but I did. Instead of working,
I got a little trick. So I looked up. There's this. Well, you don't care about reselling. What am I talking about?
Good point.
There's these miniature.
Why are you talking about reselling?
Carrie likes baseball, so there's miniature baseball fields. You know, Crosley Field, Wrigley Field, whatever.
Those are cool.
And in the box, you can't really see them. And so people were trying to sell them new, and they were selling them for like $10, and nobody was buying them. And so I decided to take them all out of the box and take the box away and sell them and get a better picture of the fields. And I sold them for $30. Essentially used.
That's a reselling strategy, folks.
No,
right
they
there
weren't.
From the
but they're the same idea. Same idea. Well, no, hey, Tech, when you talked about selling things used, sometimes selling things that are new used. And people who are looking for used, and they all of a sudden see one that's new for a good price, they'll buy it. There's lots of little
new and used so many times, I'm confused. But yes,
most
new
people
used to new used. Now it hasn't been many days since we did a podcast. Do you have like a big exciting sale?
Yeah,
in the last couple of days.
Maybe
I have one. I sold a comic, one of my graded comics for $300. So that's pretty cool.
Really nice.
Yeah, $300. What was it?
57. Fantastic
World
Four
Cup
57.
pins. 33. What is it?
Fantastic Four number 57.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it was the first appearance of Doctor Doom. It was graded a 7.5, so it wasn't like super high, but it was good enough. That was pretty cool.
I gotta go to I just shipped everything, so there's just a few new sales. So I gotta go to my paid and shipped here and see. But my sales been pretty steady. I've been really happy with it. I just, I wasn't expecting it to be crazy good this summer, and it's been okay. It's been okay. I sold a J-Ride item.
Oh, yeah?
Maria McCool custom airbrush teal hair tool. $60. Bought it for $1. That's pretty good.
Dawn did that too. She watched, somehow through osmosis, watched so many J-Ride videos that she bought like a hair curler thing and sold it too.
She's been channeling her inner J-Ride.
Yeah. J-Ride is like everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Did you see, he's in the comments with his alt accounts saying, how come you never have J-Ride on the podcast? You see that?
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like responding to himself. Yes, J-Ride.
He's having a whole conversation.
Yeah, it's like just Bob Ride 2. It's like
Bob
probably
Ride
you.
3.
Dave, you remember the Oshkosh thing that we talked about a few weeks back? So I went, and I get obsessed too, like you, with some things. And I go to this yard sale, and it's nothing but kids' clothes. And I normally turn around and go out. Right?
Yeah, you just pick up a few things for yourself to wear, and then you leave.
Through the
no, I didn't. Clothes. I wasn't going to do that, but I did ask him, like, "Do you have any Oshkosh stuff?" And she's like, "Yeah." And it was this fairly new shirt, and it was a quarter. Okay. Everything was a quarter.
Could you imagine?
Good
and so I picked it up. It only
sells
for $9. What?
A Gargamel-looking dude coming up. Hey, you have any Oshkosh suspender? I mean, come on. Red flags everywhere. Do you have a red flag thing you could put up?
I like those TikToks with the red flags. Like someone will say something and they're just running around with a red flag.
Nice, dude. I just have dancing people on my TikTok.
Let me finish my story.
Okay,
You guys just let me finish for a minute. Good night.
So yeah, it's not the first time he said that. I bet. Go ahead.
I did when I asked that. I said, "Do you have Oshkosh like suspenders or like overalls or anything?" And she said, "No, but I have this one." And it was a quarter, and it was a Carhartt, little kid's Carhartt thing. I gave her a quarter for it, and I'm like, "It's got to be worth something." It's over $26, like in like minutes. Crazy.
Really?
Well,
That's
there you go. Sold an Ertl Fall Guy, Carrie.
Oh yeah, Fall Guy. There we go.
What's happening? What?
The vintage,
Fall Guy, the
old
Guy.
70s Fall Guy.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I have a vivid memory of
the
like
movie The Fall Guy.
The one that just came out.
Yes, but it was from a TV show called The Fall Guy. That was awesome.
Oh, okay. I hear the movie wasn't that
Kevin's time. I have a vivid memory in California. So this was like the early 90s of going to a garage sale. One of the few ones I went to. I did a few with my family, but I never went to any. Yeah. And we went to one, and I got a Bionic Man in the box for like $1. And even then, I was like 8 or 9, and I had this sense that it was valuable. I don't know what I did with it.
It's like a shad juice find right there.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I'd love to. I mean, they're not super valuable. They're Mego probably, but I would love to find one again. Those are cool. Vintage.
Sold shoes, y'all.
So,
I'm selling shoes for
wow,
dude. There's a little
dealing with
little
Commonwealth
secret,
right here.
a little secret Philly Flipper information that Cricker stuff shared with us.
I got some secret stuff.
Yeah, secret Philly
stuff coming out too.
Yeah.
Let's hear secrets.
Okay, so apparently Philly Flipper has a second eBay store he's opened because his feedback was so bad.
What is it called?
So he is still selling on
Oh, it's not
eBay.
A secret. He said that.
Is it called the
It's a secret
flopper?
if you don't watch his content. So for me, it's a secret. But yeah, he is still selling on eBay.
He didn't say it was his feedback. He said, I believe he said that he had a troll that would buy from him and go in there and leave feedback. So you got to be careful now.
I miss the days when you got rotten carrots in the mail, Kevin. Those were the good days.
Those were the good old days. Whatever happened to
I wish there was a way we could know we were in the good old days when we're in them.
But Carrie,
I had a troll.
we could just send him
times,
more carrots. Like,
I know. But then we have to send it to that frat in Illinois or whatever.
Yeah, we had a lot of
heat sitting on that the whole time?
Yes, I was.
What was it? A hockey puck?
He just...
Oh, it was his Zen.
He just pulled out something, yeah.
It was when we paused it. I'm like, where the heck is this?
He was upset. He couldn't find his Zen.
Oh, my goodness. Find my Zen. Crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, there's some more. I'm not going to say scuttlebutt, but there's more scuttlebutt out there. There is a creator. I don't know what I'm allowed to say.
Please don't demonetize us, YouTube. Thank you.
There is a creator they were contacted by the police, apparently. I'm not going to mention names, but somebody had complained that their video, this is going to scare Dave, like, this guy filmed me on this video and posted it without my knowledge.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But that's not illegal, so...
No, I realize
I'm sure the cops just laughed him off.
Well, they filed a report, did all that. I'm sure the cops didn't laugh him off. That's what's scary about it, right? It's going to be laughed off because it's not an issue.
No, this was Mountain Man, right? Mountain Man Treasure?
Dude.
There was a time...
He messaged me and said, Dave, for your next groundbreaking podcast, I just had the cops called on me. He literally said, for your next podcast, I just had the cops called on me.
Okay, then that's
okay. I'm pretty sure he's telling me to talk about it in the podcast.
Oh, see, but now he's got to retitle the video or make a new one that had the cops called, like our buddy Saturation Boy over there.
but
Pro Picker.
I'm sure his video will come out before 2 weeks from now when this podcast comes out.
Probably true.
How many of those cop called
I have one.
yard sale videos are set up though?
None.
You know, how many times do they call the cops?
I had a video one time. I never had a cops thing, but I had a video early, like right when I started filming garage sale videos. Now I set it up. I go into this sale, and literally a tree limb falls down, knocks an electrical line down on top of this roof, and the roof catches on fire. Fire engines, whatever. And I'm like, oh man, I'm finally gonna make it on YouTube. Bomb.
I love that. That was your first thought, not this poor family. I hope they're okay.
My first thought.
Troy should be able to get a hit out of that thing, a number one.
Yeah.
But this is okay. So this is honestly
recut it, redo it again.
This is the problem with the reselling
if they don't want it out
space.
There, I'd take it down.
At least the garage sale space on YouTube is so focused on drama.
Yes.
Like it feels like the number one way to get clicks is drama. That's the number one.
It's because that reaches a bigger audience. So use the long play or the short play.
Here's the key: you follow somebody around who knows how to pick, and you just film their cart the whole time, and then you just tell a few jokes, and you'll get 3,000 views.
They call that the American arbitrage
every time.
They call that every time. You know what I thought was funny is
bringing in 30 to 40 bucks a video.
Art of Resell was on the podcast,
Yes,
and he put his handle as Mexican arbitrage, to make fun of Kerry for American arbitrage because Art's from Mexico.
I want to point out that Mexico is also part of America. I lived in Mexico, and they told me all the time when I said I was American that they were also from Central America. So, just for the record,
North American, I guess. Okay, so
there's Central, South,
but here's
and North
the thing.
America, dude.
Tech doesn't know his real name.
North and South.
Tech and Sports doesn't know his real name.
He tagged him,
so he tagged Mexican
him
arbitrage in his story.
I thought he was messing around,
No, I don't think so. I think he didn't know his real name. So he just tagged it at Mexican arbitrage.
I like that he pointed that out several times. That it's not even like, what's your name? He just pointed out, I don't know your name. Didn't request it either, though.
Hey, he meant Tech left it. Somebody pinned it here before I get canceled by these guys. It was a good run.
I pinned it.
And he said, "Thank you, Art." Kevin,
dude,
so he knew.
Yeah, so
Can we say? Listen, I always like to give Dustin credit. This dude is getting like 50 to 70,000 views per video.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Crazy.
It's the saturation, man.
The drama and the saturation, guys. Put a lot of angry emojis and saturate the crap out of that.
It's all about the title and all about the thumbnail. I click on the videos. Oh my gosh, are they terrible? But the thumbnails, I'm just kidding. To be fair, I haven't clicked on the videos, so I don't know. But no, I used to watch. I watched his flipper. Does he still do the flipper? I watched that a bit back in the day.
I don't know. We talk about this.
I love
in the
Dustin,
secret episode
but I don't
with,
watch picker content much.
With Harold Tornado, Harry was telling, and I think Kevin, we've talked about this before. Josh was
Harry?
telling us. Josh was telling us that back in the day, or not too long ago, he had a bunch of his videos go on the Google search page. Yeah. And they jumped up to like hundreds of thousands of views like instantly, but no one watched.
My VHS.
That happened to your VHS
nobody watched. Well, yeah, my VHS one got pushed out.
Yeah, Rod said he needs to be on your 100K plaque.
But that's, listen, that is your like, you're talking about like a website. This is actually on the Google app. Yeah. Right? On the Google app, they push it out. And so that keeps happening to my videos on Cooker. And so like, my video I released 2 days ago is at 76,000 views.
That's
in
crazy.
2 days. It's crazy.
That's
awesome. People aren't really watching it. It's just so there's no like revenue. Cool, it's just a cool vanity number. So
they just click on it.
Yeah,
I was once on the front page of Ask Jeeves.
Really, you were on
cool,
there?
Yeah,
AOL,
there was literally like I got less views, but it was awesome.
Yeah, I will say there's like so there's this new kind of trend on TikTok.
Dabbing? Are we dabbing?
No, people are like they're kind of. How can I say this without getting us canceled? You're like, anytime you gotta ask that question. They're doing something which is weird. They're catching people committing a crime, and then they're confronting the people committing a crime and like slapping them and assaulting them on video, like hitting them, and saying, "What are you gonna do? Call the cops because you're doing a crime right now too. So we'll both go to jail together." And I'm like, this is a weird one.
Yeah, that's double. That's double jeopardy.
That's
double jeopardy.
The
I know
person
law.
They're assaulting doesn't want to call the cops because they don't want to go to jail, and then I don't know. You think it's fake? Dude. It's just weird. Yeah. They're like in.
Well, how are these guys finding people committing crimes?
They're basically Chris Hansening them, I guess would be the way to say it.
Are they? Are they like hanging out at Circus for like 5 minutes and seeing 17 crimes committing?
Kevin knows.
I don't know it either.
No one knows the Chris Hansen to catch.
Yeah, that's like to catch. Yeah, back in the day.
Yes. They're doing chat room stuff to set them up, basically, and then they're slapping them. So they're both. It's just this can't be real. Like Kevin said, it's like the dumbest thing.
Do you remember
ever, on both sides?
The golden age of YouTube where they would like do these intense pranks and they all got demonetized. Like it just got worse and worse.
Yeah,
where they
someone
were
died from a prank.
Somebody did like a fake murder prank or something. Yeah, that's
people always go too far with content. Yeah. Like there's actually a new movie out. I think it was on Peacock or something called like the TikTok Star Murder, and it's like this guy who gets famous and like goes crazy and he kills his like wife, who's also on his TikTok. I didn't finish it because I fell asleep, but it's just pretty wild.
That's the thing, though. It's always
Kevin's allegations.
Like it starts with like an old timey guy doing Like it starts with an old timey guy doing like a folksy guy doing a what sold in
all of a sudden
in a room. Back when he was relatable. Back when he was just in the room. And now there's people, sexy people with long hair doing it. There's all sorts of. Yeah. It's changed. It's evolved, and it's not the same anymore.
There's sexy people with long hair. It's true. And I tell you what, when something works, people care. You've had plenty of folks like take your style that you created and adapted. And changed it. I mean, I did that. I mean, let's face it. I mean, we're not the ones who invented this stuff. Yeah. I mean, come on. Everybody's got their own little unique twist to it, though. But that's social media. Same. I mean,
yeah, it is.
No, it is what it is, man.
Well, I mean,
saturation. I mean, whose was that? Was Pro Picker invent saturation?
No, you've been talking about that forever. Everyone does saturation.
I saturate.
I'm just waiting for one of his thumbnails to be like I'm watching like a Janis Joplin movie, like one of those old videos by like Jefferson Airplane or something. Yeah. That's what I'm waiting for. Full psychedelic.
Like psychedelic tie-dyed thing.
Purple sky, that's
kaleidoscope. Yeah. I did a little clickbait, and this has been out for a while now.
What, really?
By the time this came out. I don't do much, but I did little, so I screwed up.
It's kind of hard to do with clip art, but you figure it out.
I told this lady, I was like, hey, will you do $1.50 a shirt if I buy 7 instead of 2 or something, whatever. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And I did the math in my head, and I'm like, that's, $11.50. How about just $12? She's totaling this thing up when I'm saying 7, whatever. And she's like, how much did you say? I said $12. It's $11.50, $12. She's like, all right. And she had just totaled it up, and it's $10.50. So she knew what the total amount was, and she still took my money from me.
Don't you feel like that's karma?
Did you go back there and try to take it back?
People over?
No, God.
Give me my money back.
You would have done that for the clicks, Dave.
Yeah, for the clicks. That. I went back and confronted her at this yard sale. Yeah. No, it's I don't know. We're talking about YouTube too much. Let's talk about reselling. Okay, so Carrie, how's your reselling going? You selling anything good?
Yeah, right now I'm getting ready for my big trip, so we're going to be doing whatnots all across America, mostly cards because that's easier to do, and then we're going to probably hopefully do some big whatnots when we get to.
You're bringing your printer there?
Yeah, I got a Munbun, an extra printer. I'm rocking. I have a Rollo. I got a Rollo at home and a Munbun.
What a dumb name. So listen, they reached out to me wanting me to do an ad, and I can't in my right mind say yes because I found this little cheap $30 wireless printer.
What's the name of that?
Works great. Let's check my Amazon.
I get offers all the time, and of course I love Rollo, and I've always used Rollo, and I got a link with them.
That thing's expensive too.
I don't. They're expensive, and I've never ever had one trouble with it. So it's like, okay, I'll promote you. I like it. It's the best, right? Top of the line. But I got this offer from this other group, and my one little criteria is that I want to have somebody I can talk to at all these companies that I do anything with, and I don't have one at Rollo, and I never have, and I've tried. So I'm like, maybe if I can get somebody at one of these others that'll be the direct link, then maybe I will promote them because they are cheaper and they do work. People don't complain too much. You can buy 4 of them.
Andy So Meta is the one who told me about this printer, and there was a coupon going on. So with tax, I paid $46 for this thing, and it works great. So I'll show you it. It's called the V Ready. Is that the one that's?
No, it's not it. Mine start with a J or something.
Here's the real key. Here's the real key. TikTok shop. I have another printer coming to me for free. And then as a sample, yeah. But to be fair, it's been 2 weeks and it hasn't arrived, so maybe it never will. But I'm talking about a sample. It's free. I gotta do a video on it, yeah.
I ordered the samples and never got them too. $74.99 for the pink one. And then the black one is $74.99.
Well, we're giving a free ad right here.
Well, you know what? I'm sick of people paying $200 for a printer that does the same exact thing as a $75 one.
Raging against the machine, dude. I love it.
I don't need no ad revenue. We'll put an affiliate link. Oh, maybe we could do like the YouTube shop thing.
Guys, if you like what we're doing, guys, if you like what we're doing, can we outwardly pimp this? Yeah. Guys, there's Depends. They're $40 for how many is it?
You saw people notice. There was comments. People noticed.
No, I'm saying. But here's the thing, right? Can we say this? Like, click on it, don't buy it. But then if you go on Walmart in the next 24 hours, we get money. Yeah. We physical
but
money.
But also buy
to
the
us.
Depends because, and by
Buy
the way,
the Depends because you never know.
You know, that's a Mandela effect. It was never called Depends. It's always just been Depends.
How many times have you heard about people drinking urine on this podcast? If you had Depends on, you could just go at your leisure.
You could get across country, Carrie, if you didn't have to stop.
Exactly, like an astronaut.
Okay, they have the V-Ready printer.
There's an astronaut story about diapers.
They have the V-Ready printer on Walmart for $100. It's a little more expensive on Walmart, but we'll
more
get a commission.
Expensive, but you're supporting us. We're going to
about
make money on this. You know what I don't like is people don't think about how much money we need to be making.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, join my channel membership over on ADH Dave.
Yeah, join. I don't have
like
one, but you could just PayPal me money
if
you'd like.
You know.
Brutal. We're gonna do.
America's one.
Hey, I got an offer from Brand Connect. This is just a YouTube show. Have you guys signed up for Brand Connect?
Brand Connect, yeah.
It's one of the things in YouTube. It's one of the things in YouTube where you can like just turn on for monetization that you think's never going to do anything.
And you actually got one
on the cooking channel. Yeah, there's some company that's like ships you beef. Like one of the, those like Omaha steaks.
Any company that's just random company that's going to ship me beef, I trust.
And you basically, what happens is you get a notification saying like, this company is looking for influencers and you're on their list. And you have
beef
to like,
peddlers. They're looking for beef peddlers.
You basically just type in your rate and then they say, oh, they'll get back to you if they want to work with you. I put a ridiculous rate because I don't want to do it. So they want like a dedicated.
But there is a price, right?
No,
there
I
is
think
a
I
price
put
where you will
$5,000.
peddle beef.
$5,000? They're not going to say yes.
Could you? Yeah, they might though.
But hey, if they did, I'd be like, yeah, beef, baby,
nothing.
beef.
Yeah, keto, dude, keto beef.
Yeah, well, dude, beef is keto. That's why
it is. As long as you don't eat anything else with it.
But listen, the YouTube shop. I know a lot. Here's the one thing. I think in the reselling niche, there is more YouTube /resellers than almost any other niche. Like, very few people who watch cooking videos make cooking videos. Very few people who watch tech videos, tech vlogs, make tech videos. But in reselling, I seriously think it's like 30% of the people listening to this right now.
Some would say too many.
It's a lot.
Kevin says it all the time. Too many.
No.
A lot of the people that watch, comment down. You know what? We'll do a poll. We'll do a poll. That's what we'll do, is how many of you guys are actually making content and reselling? It seems larger than other niches.
5% is probably too high.
But it's larger than other niches. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
It's larger than it appears.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, yes, yeah. So that's why I talk a little more YouTube, because I feel like there's a lot of people that do try to do content creation in this space.
We're just being ourselves, guys. We're teaching you how to resell the right way.
Not only that,
is that our tagline?
But like a lot of these reselling platforms like Whatnot and Drip and stuff, you are doing content to sell the item. Right, so they're all, you have to kind of be a content creator to sell now.
That is part of modern reselling. I've said it before, guys, adaptation.
You got to adapt, Kevin.
It's not a needed part of reselling.
But it helps.
But it's a helpful part. Yeah, if you'd like to make money, it's needed.
I don't know if I can buy that.
If you want to lose money.
Yeah, if you don't want to make money, don't do it.
No, you're losing money on the auctions too.
Yeah, if you want to lose money on auctions, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
I'm not losing. Dave's losing money on auctions because he paid too much for stuff. That's why he lost.
You make the money on the buy. You also lose the money on the buy.
Yep, that's me. Well, and what I realized is, like, before I quit my job, I was extra bad at money. Because, like, I'm pulling stuff. Like, one of the totes I brought home ended up being, like... And one of the totes I brought home for my container ended up being, like, a personal just tote of electronics. I'm like, oh, this was, like, my stuff. And I pull out, like, $100 light that I used for photography on eBay. Have you ever bought, like, one of those flash bulbs to make your photography better?
Yeah.
Like, you ever
flash
set up...
bulbs?
Like the big lights, yeah.
Yes, the big lights where, like, every time...
floating around.
Yeah, so you bought one too. It's like a $100 light. I used it once, and it's just been sitting in my container for 2 years.
I knew you were bad with money when you had a job when we went to St. Augustine, and we bought all of the popcorn.
$100,
like all of
it. Yeah.
We took so much popcorn,
which
back.
has a shelf life of like 3 hours, and I invested $100 on like 6 pillowcases full.
We were like fully invested in Popcorn Town. It was awesome though.
Yeah,
it was.
I like that, Dave. I miss that, Dave, especially when I hang out.
Yeah, it was fun to ball out with the 2-job thing. Yeah, it was nice. Well, because here's the thing, and back then all my bills were covered by the day job, and then all the reselling money was what the crap money.
Fun.
Do whatever you want with every single penny. Now it's like 30% of my revenue is for fun, basically. The rest goes to bills. The rest goes to bills, so it's just like a totally different world. I think
that's what happens when you go full time.
More expensive. You also have more bills than you used to have.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's a big thing.
Well,
controlling that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Gymnastics, yeah.
It's all gymnastics. It's not the fact that Dave goes on field trips to garage sales at Universal Studios.
That was a bad life choice. Well, you have to remember the first Universal garage sale video I made brought in over $1,000 in ad revenue.
Yeah.
So if the sale had actually been good and had better quality stuff, I probably could add another banger, as they say in the.
Yeah, that's vernacular.
Yeah.
That is so relatable to resellers out there, Dave. So relatable.
Yeah. Well, listen, I told you this is a YouTube show. Today's a YouTube episode. We did a reselling episode 2 days ago, guys. Sorry, we have like light reselling content.
They liked it though. Yeah.
It was good. Yeah. It was good. But that's not even the same episode. That one's not even out yet.
2 days ago. So.
Who
knows?
I don't even know I don't know what episode's coming out when.
Yeah.
I'm just saying words at this point.
And you're doing all the secret ones too, which are
dude, they're hard.
All the big names.
Yeah, it's so hard to get on a call and talk to Carrie for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's really tough. So difficult.
So what do you think about Edge 2024, the upcoming IT ecosystem conference?
Oh.
What do you think about
that? What do I think about it? I think they're going to disrupt.
Yeah,
that's probably what they're going to do.
Disrupt.
Right? Are they going to disrupt some stuff?
Yeah, no, that's totally true. Okay, so did you see the card little kiosk in Vegas, Carrie? The PSA.
Yes. I need to go make content there. That's like a big thing right now.
So
yeah, we can.
Tell me about it, because you probably know more about it.
So there's a big hubbub, a scuttlebutt, as some people with bad morals and judgment would say. So I had to get a diss in there. But basically, there is a kiosk for Pokemon cards, PSA graded Pokemon cards, and they say there's a chance to win like one that is worth, from what I understand, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Charizard First Edition Holo PSA 10. It's $50 a pop, and you almost always, from what I've seen on videos and heard, get like a $30 card for $50.
So you're saying they're guaranteeing that there is that $100,000
that it's possible, that it's within, I guess, the machine somehow. And they had a big PSA sign on it, right? And it looked like it was branded by PSA. And the new hot thing right now they're talking about is that sign has been removed. Like, they might have got a cease and desist because there's somebody who buy PSA cards, but they're not it's not a PSA owned thing, if that makes sense. It's down I forgot which hotel.
But so here's my issue with that. If there's a card that's worth like $100,000 to $200,000 and they're selling for $50 a card, right? Isn't that the price?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just go get $20,000 and buy all the cards?
That's the thing.
So I don't really believe to make that even in there.
I don't know if it's a $100,000 card, but from what I heard, it's like a very nice card. But you're right, because I don't think they can put enough $50, $30 cards in there to make any money. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems, and this is allegedly, because I don't know.
There's no $100,000 card in there.
It seems like a scam.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not.
Maybe it's a $10,000 card or something.
It's a guaranteed loss if there's $100,000.
But some people do things just to be good people.
I don't think they are those people.
They've used to do those things.
Generally, you don't find those people in Vegas casinos. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
All you got to do is go downtown to the Strip, put the $50 in, dodge. It's at Circus probably, so you got to dodge the shivs. You got to dodge the shivings, and then just get a $30. At least you're getting $30 back instead of losing everything.
At least go make one TikTok there.
I need to. It's like easy money.
It's guaranteed.
Like, you're 100%
since you have a
right.
card following, like you'll get 3 million views on that thing for $50.
Yeah, I honestly should. Yeah. You're right.
While the hype is there, on the way out of town, before you leave.
I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I think you're right. And then
dude, buy 3. Buy 3 and make 3 videos.
That's $150, dude. I'm not Kevin.
Yeah, but you actually are the kind of person that would resell them
and get it sold, and then covers most of the cost.
That's a lot to do in like 36
Salty
hours.
Lady. Hey, listen to this. Salty Lady OBX says eBay needs a new category: pre-owned with tags.
There you go, pre-owned with tags. Yeah, because the
How
tech
about
and
new
sport
but
thing.
pre-owned?
That's because the tech and sport thing, where Tech and Sports was saying that if you sell anything is new, you're guaranteed to get banned 100%. I'm not misquoting.
That was. I was surprised when he said he would bet his whole empire on that. Which I thought was a little bit too much. Allegedly, that didn't happen.
It's a guarantee, he said. Just like the $100,000 card in the PSA machine, which is no longer the PSA machine. Is it only Pokemon or is it sports as well?
I think it's only Pokemon from what I can tell.
Because there's no valuable sports
like
cards?
If you're on Sports Card Talk, it's like every other reel is about that sucker. You know, there's a lot of... Do you know what the big thing right now? You guys may have heard this. It's so big that it may have even got on your radar because Thrift Store Hustler did a video on it. It's about the $2 million heist at the Dallas Card Show. Did you hear about that?
I saw some guy saying he was offering an award on TikTok.
Yeah, 70 grand. So what happened is this guy had a bunch of vintage cards, you know, some of them 90,000 a pop, graded like Mickey Mantle PSA 8s or something. But he left them at the table, like his Zion case, which is kind of like a thing that people I carry around.
This place.
See, this is why I'm glad I'm a bargain boxer. I carry around a broken, dirty backpack and just stuff cards in it. These people have professional cases and leave them there. Dude, if I lost $100 worth of cards, I would cry.
Be handcuffed. The briefcase would be handcuffed to you.
Oh, I wouldn't be allowed. No, there's no way I would be allowed anywhere. Don and a full security detail would be on me at all time. But yeah, it was stolen, and it's a big hubbub. People are doing like videos dissecting the footage. I mean, I don't want any bad things to happen to people in the reselling community, but it would be good for business if somebody got stuff stolen from one of their shops and we just dissected the videos.
Like Jesse, why don't we do a heist from Jesse's shop?
Yeah, we need to talk to yesterday's fits. We can pull an old Commonwealth picker and make a video out of nothing, and we'll get some views.
Yeah, and we'll put it on Dustin's channel to maximize the views.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, maximize it. We want full color saturation on this bad boy.
So, okay, eBay news, guys. I'm trying to keep this is an educational podcast. eBay now accepts Venmo as a payment method.
Oh, wow, exciting.
And they're not going to accept American Express anymore. Did we know this?
We'd like to welcome eBay to 2011. This is awesome. Congratulations,
You've done two videos. You've spread that news about American Express over 2 videos, Kevin.
No, the American Express one was one video. The Venmo was a separate. Neither one were the subject matter.
Were you really hard up for content? Like, why are you talking about
struggling? It's summer slowdown in content.
Dave will tell you this. You start to try to make it. I'm trying to make enough content for like 10 days when I'm not here, right? And so when you do that, it's like, okay, I got to come up with a video idea for today.
Here's the thumbnail for you guys to get views on your Flippers channels, by the way. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't know how to do this. But listen, you have a nuclear explosion background, right? You have goggles on with your hair, Kevin's fake, tie-dyed hair or whatever.
Real.
Just fake hair blown in the wind with the, all of the air coming from the explosion. And then it just says, eBay, push the nuclear button or something. Say something like that.
Ooh,
I don't know, something better than that. And then just talk about how people say they're slow sales, but they're actually not. I'm making sales, which is every slow eBay sale video, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you guys are complaining, but I'm pretty good. I had 3 sales this week.
All to
That's
viewers
like every
of
video.
Kevin's.
Exactly.
What?
No.
I did it. eBay sales fell off the cliff. They did fall off the cliff for a week.
Wow.
I did that video. It was real.
Did people click it?
People got to see that.
Was it Krylov,
right?
you think, or what was it? Was it
the
Krylov, or was it...
The people that are selling well, they're like, oh, man, I'm beating you, and they feel good. And the people that aren't selling well, they're like, it's not just me.
You know who never has a slow week? PaulsMerch.com.
Yeah, if you guys want the best... Oh, we have to actually pimp Paul's merch and the other folks.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Good reminder, Carrie.
We've used pimp way too much in this episode.
Hey, man. We just hear it from you so much that it kind of osmosis.
No one has signed up for the $9,999 jelly hands. You can bring jelly hands back, guys. It's $10,000.
I'm telling you, if you do that, we're getting Kevin on that Ferris wheel in downtown, and we are lathering him full body in jelly.
This is okay. So this is what we're agreeing to. If someone gives us a $10,000
I'm saying you probably do.
We will use that money to fly to Vegas. All 3 of us.
Yes,
we will do an episode there where Kevin is doing jelly hands in the big wheel tourney that he almost had a heart attack in.
No.
Yes.
Full nude jelly and then directly to jail.
$3,333 of that minus fees.
That's a lot of money.
That's worn off by the fact that you both get it.
Well, we have to fly everybody out, and we're going to be eating nice. We're probably going to go to In-N-Out at least twice.
We will be eating a Brazilian
Del
steakhouse.
Taco in Virginia.
Okay, now listen, people want to know when the Trash to Cash Bash is going back. But first, let me thank the wealthiest of Kevin tier members. Gem Flipper, Who Ate My Chips, Buffin' the Stuff, Craig McLaughlin, Biggs Collectibles, Alexandria Pickers, Jake Ryder, CJ Benz Finds, The Flipper Skipper, Lady Arbitrage, No Nose Pickers, Brian Sempor Beal, Harry Tornado, Superhero Headquarters, Mike Camporelli, Vintage Sports Flips, PaulsMerch.com, ABC Matt, Raise Heck Resell, and Logan Murphy.
I learned to read from ABC Matt, by the way.
Yeah,
I know
he's very educational. I wonder what that means. Why is it
Hooked
ABC
on
Matt? Have we ever
phonics.
asked him?
I don't know, because DEF
Was taken. DEF Matt was taken.
He was pushing himself to get on a secret episode too on Dibit today.
Well,
I love that our whole we've
the people are lining up to get on the secret
get
episodes.
8 views.
Yeah, no one
loves
watches.
It's way
those
more
guys.
than 8 now.
Oh yeah, we're like at 30.
Yeah, well, it's like 30, but I dug into this. People on YouTube who have the membership, they watch it multiple times. Like, they'll start it and then they'll come back, and I think that's counting as multiple views or something. That's my thought, at least. Or maybe they'll, like, turn it on.
Do you think that's what's happening with, like, Harry Tornado videos? Like, he hires people in Switzerland just to go in and out of his videos?
That's probably true. I did see there's, like, farms where people just, there's, like, robots just, like, scrolling through people's videos and stuff to give them views. So there's that. I mean,
that can't even be worth it with the electricity it takes to run a video. You're getting a penny for a video. Somebody watches it.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Have you ever done? This is okay. Now, first of all, you can pay for ads on eBay to promote your items, but instead, let's talk about paying for views on YouTube. That seems more interesting to me right now. How
many times have you done it, Kevin?
People do it.
No.
What about like buying like through YouTube?
Why would you do that?
Through YouTube, it's always trying to sell you. Same with TikTok. It's always trying to sell you on promoting your own content. Do you think there's any value on that? Yeah, Facebook.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. Yeah, Facebook like and Instagram will say like, I get the ads too. It's like for $10 you can get to 949 people. I'm like, there's no. I'm like, dude, I could just breathe in. I could just stare dead into the camera and get that for free. I don't need to pay you for that.
But it's new people, Kerry. That might become. That's the thing. That's coming.
I sound very arrogant when I said
Kerry,
that. I pulled a Kevin. I pulled a Kevin, and I apologize.
It's like Dibit or whatnot. If you get 10 new people, one of them is going to be a buyer, and they'll buy many, many, many times over the years, and it's well worth it.
I don't think you ever want to.
Same with YouTube.
Even if you're building on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, you never want to pay for that because let's say you did get some traction, then they're just going to be like, give me more money, daddy, and then they're not going to push out your content unless you give daddy money.
But if your content's good and you bring in the people, then they'll watch it for a long time and you recoup that money. It's possible.
I think the real thing.
I wouldn't do it though.
I think the real way it would work for somebody like us who have followings because it could amplify a really good video.
Because there's at least a track record of it's somewhat interesting to watch, right? As opposed to somebody who's new starting it out and they don't know if they're going to catch on or not. Yeah, it's possible. Why are we talking about this? We are really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I don't know. Dave just left.
Sorry.
Well,
I had a kid in here. My bad. I won a Christmas ornament from Commonwealth Picker from a whatnot auction. It had glitter on the outside also. I drew a cartoon beephead man on the back of it and gave it to a family member as a prank. I hate Christmas, by the way.
Well, if you hate Christmas, then that sounds about right.
And then we've got LOL. Kevin can't even tell us where he's vacationing. What, is he afraid the paparazzi is going to show up? I can probably find his house on Google Maps.
That's exactly what happened. I got 3 messages on Instagram that day when it came out. Hey, it was
why don't you just ignore the message or use your normal do I know who you are?
I don't want to tell people no.
Well, just tell them but swinging is required because you're Kevin.
This is a full swing option.
Well, whatever. I don't know. I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just saying, hey,
Kevin,
what am I going to do? Leave my kids at the beach and go meet you at, the buffet?
Goodwill? Yeah.
Did you read through the Reddit thread about you getting suspended for 5 days on eBay? Did you already read through that?
No, are you?
Is that new? Is that a new one?
It's not new, but it's just.
No, it's old. Gotta be old.
Let's read it. Let's read it.
I probably
we should read.
I don't know.
That's a good segment. We should read Reddit YouTube reseller posts.
Oh, dude, no.
Because there are some.
Someone's talking real trash about you. Hold on. I'm gonna share my screen.
About me or Kevin?
About Kevin.
Of course.
People don't.
They don't like.
At least I get ignored on Reddit. You guys, they don't like you or Dave much on Reddit.
No, you're gonna show it.
And he has not responded to
no.
It's a shame. It made me look at him differently. I always thought he was a good person. You can't trust
It's not
anyone.
true.
Wow.
It's absolutely not true.
Oh,
well, let's leave that with no context and no, there's no chance to. You can't come back from that.
What's
Kevin.
the name of this person?
Different pin 7841.
It sounds like someone who would have a beef with Kevin.
Well, no. What probably happened is you probably did respond. It just was a little after he posted this 6 months ago. Would be my guess. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, whatever. I mean, look, sometimes you make mistakes on stuff, but when it's brought to your attention, and I mean, I
like the next comment, but I won't read it. It's
possible, I suppose.
Maybe I'll read this one. The next one. It's really sad and discouraging to a noob reseller that so many go straight on the attack Commonwealth picker. He's one of the first resellers that encouraged me through YouTube, and his videos have helped me so much. I understand not vibing with certain personalities on YouTube, but to straight up wish negativity on someone and comment is childish and gross.
I like this person.
Kevin. Yeah, and that's got a couple
pretty
of
good for
votes
Reddit.
Too. Yeah,
so. Hey, and it's hard to get you back on Reddit, so I'm happy.
YouTube resellers are the worst. I can't stand
Kevin
this guy or any of them.
Kevin loves it when you pander to
Dude,
him.
oh man, you know what? Boring Reseller Life's going to be pumped because he got a mention. It said, YouTube resellers are the worst. I can't stand this guy or any of them. My Boring Reseller Life is the worst. That's a random just vendetta to have.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, it's 2024 and CDs are rising.
Kevin responded to him. Kevin responded to him.
There you go. That's what I said. I think I responded.
I'm sorry you feel that way. At least my mom likes me.
Aww.
Kevin
with the Reddit burn. Kevin's on Reddit patrolling.
Oh my God.
I've been on Reddit like 4 times in my life, and a couple times it's because people send me things. You know,
are you on like the Zen Reddit so you guys can talk about tobacco?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Something like that. Kevin, I didn't even know Reddit. They even talk about it. It was Harry Tornado that pointed it out one time. He's like, "Please, don't." Just a word to the wise: don't ever go on Reddit if you don't want to be depressed.
He said they were really bad to him.
Yeah. And so I went on and looked, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's stuff about me all over this place. But they hated him more at the time, so I was like,
they probably hate you equally now.
You guys are equally hated among
so actually, I want to talk about
people
this.
for a living.
Can I talk about this? I don't know if I should. Josh isn't here anymore.
Nobody cares, Chunky.
Well, ouch.
They love that. Look at that.
What? Okay, so I asked ChatGPT to give us a couple questions because we're light on content today. So ChatGPT comes up with the questions. What strategy do you use to source high demand items, and how do you stay ahead of market trends?
Hey, shopcommons.net. No, I'm kidding. Well, sort of. Anyway, how do you stay ahead of market trends?
Terrible question.
I tell you what, Rod's good with that, though. Hold on a minute. Rod does that. Rod always talks about that, and he's always sending me messages about, hey, this movie's coming out in 6 months, 8 months. This is what's on the horizon, and he's kind of ahead of those things.
Look, we need to stop worrying about trends and what's happening. You need to look when you go to a thrift store or garage sale. It's a metaphysical, spiritual experience. You need to be a good enough picker that you are guided.
You can do it blindfolded.
Well, yeah, you can do it blind. You just touch something,
Something that
it's fanny pack.
My storage container clean out is teaching me is like when you buy something, there's this perceived value of it at a garage sale, at a thrift store, whatever, and you list it, and maybe you don't sell it, maybe you forget about it, whatever. And then you get an offer.
Value's a construct anyway of society.
This is the thing. Like you're like, oh man, I killed it that weekend. I got all this stuff, but then 3 years later, it hasn't sold. Someone sends you a 90% off offer, and you're like, whatever. It's big. It's gone.
Yeah, but that's one thing.
No,
don't you come home from sales sometimes and be like, dang, that's worth way more than I thought it was, and it sells like that.
The question, though, is what is the age? What is the age cycle of when you care not at all? Because the stuff in the container, I don't give a crap what it's worth. I'm pretty I have this vague thread of a memory.
I feel like the more you pick and the longer you pick, the shorter that time is.
Yeah.
For me, sometimes by the time I get home, I'm like, eh.
But I have this vague thread of a memory.
I wish I didn't buy that.
I'll be listening over the last 2 days. I'll be like, man, I remember this being worth a lot, and then I'll look it up and it's worth $15. I'm like, whatever. But I'm pretty sure that if that had happened the day after I bought it, I would have been sad. But now I'm just like, hey, at least it's 15. That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
it's the idea of a sunk cost.
I've done that before.
What he says about it.
I've done that before, like been disappointed in a buy and then just like let it sit for a couple weeks and then come back and it's like free money at that point. Even though you forgot the disappointment, totally forgot how much you paid for it, and you just post it and you're thankful.
Every time you pick up a curling iron, at Goodwill, that's probably the way you feel.
Do you think, Carrie, do you think if you like went through all your death pile of cards, there'd be any that surprise you? Like, oh crap, that's worth $40.
Cards too are very maybe there probably is a couple, but
the
cards especially with the newer stuff. Like I have boxes of Bowman, which is prospects, like guys who maybe like I got these cards 2 years ago and now they're in the majors. So there's probably some prospects that are playing really well and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of new all-stars this year.
Yeah, a lot of new all-star stuff. So there is a lot of cards that I've probably forgotten about.
Was it you who bought like some set and you had to buy like one card to complete it? I think at the Georgia
and then I don't know what I did with the card.
One card that was missing.
Yeah, and I don't know what I did with the card, so I'm still just sitting with the incomplete set because I need to buy it again.
Oh, you lost the one. You bought the one and lost the one. That's such a Dave move.
Yeah, and but here's how Carrie changes the Dave mood. I just forget it and leave it on the shelf. Yeah. Remember how upset I was about that buy because I spent so much money? I haven't even attempted to count the cards in that one set that's going to pay for the whole buy. So I need to do that before we go on our trip so I can sell it.
I don't know when you're going to do all this. I don't know if I can think you're going to pull this off 2024. You're going to move.
He says he is.
I hope so.
He says he is. He says moving this year.
I hope so, man. I mean, I would be saving heavy for that right now, but we have our big trip. So as soon as we get back, TikTok, Carrie, you're going to see 17 pack opening videos a day on TikTok. You're going to see me selling air fryers, new wave ovens, those old-timey, toasters that have asbestos in it. I'm not even going to be scared anymore. I'm going to sell those.
Yeah.
Do what it takes. Move to Florida so I can help Dave with his cooking TikTok.
Well, have you ever thought of trying the technique that people use on eBay where they use like the lady in the bikini to hold the items? What if you had someone like that be the actual one like showing the cards and you're just there talking about them, and then there's a person in a bikini actually like going through
Don, when we had our live auction. No, when we had our live auction, Don was said we should have very attractive women being the people who run the stuff to people.
This is an interesting question for a more serious podcast that ChatGPT came up with, but I'm interested to see what you say.
Let's be serious for 3 seconds.
How do you build relationships with suppliers and wholesalers to secure the best sourcing in the future?
It's all about a win-win when it comes to dealing with suppliers. You want to present something to them that is going to benefit not only yourself, but also them as the supplier. So what I like to do is I'll take them to a place like a Shake Shack, and we'll sit down and we'll discuss numbers. I'm a big numbers guy.
You're going high end.
I'm not coming. I'm not BSing this.
He's not going to Steak and Shake.
Shake Shack. Thank you. That's nuance. That's nuance because I want to let him know that I care, but I don't care too much. I'm willing to lose the deal. I'm not taking him to Cheesecake Factory or something. I'm taking him to Shake Shack, which isn't Burger King, which is where I used to take them. So they're going somewhere in the middle, and then we're discussing numbers. I love numbers, as you guys know.
Yeah, math.
We discuss numbers for a while. We come to some sort of thing that usually benefits them only. That's what I found, and then I lose. That's what I found typically, but sometimes it's mutual.
So for me, it's like I think there's lots of opportunities, especially at the flea market, for me to build these relationships. And I don't pursue relationships. But I know what I should do. As someone who used to be the head of sales at my company for a while, I know what I should do. And Carrie's right to an extent. I know he's kind of being comedic, but there is this relationship building of, give and take. You get their number, you clue them in on some deals that they might be interested in.
Or as Kevin says,
find out what they're interested in. Yeah, exactly. And you slowly build up that relationship.
I'm the only one who actually does this, by the way.
I know, you're really good at it. Kevin should be the one actually talking about it. I do it for real. I'm just not going to talk about it on this silly podcast.
My Rod named Rod does it. Which, by the way,
Rod does it.
By the way, I did get another invite to the Sir Henry's Haunted Trail ghost thing. That's really cool at Halloween, and they're media pass baby for Dave's destinations. They're making 4 life choices, but I can take Rod. Rod's excited.
I got media passes to the National, dude. You just got to ask sometimes, dude.
Exactly. So Kevin, you've actually done it. What's your strategy to do it?
Well, I haven't done it much. I actually think it's a really important thing to do for resellers now more than ever because a lot of folks who are resellers, they were just thrifters, and it's becoming harder in some places. So, make your connections. find
It's
them.
harder in some
Every
places.
opportunity you got. Hand out a card to 50 people, and you only need to make a few good connections, and you're rolling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think there's a balance to it too. Sorry, Carrie.
There's some yin and yang to it. There's some balance.
Yin.
There's metrics that you have to follow as well. But no, that's how I met Dawn. I told you that. I was handing out flyers for my auction illicitly at another person's auction, and they got mad at me. But I handed out a flyer. I got her to start consigning with me, and then I got the ultimate prize. And then she took over my shop and made it work and make money, which was nice.
Well, so what I mean is, like, there's a balance. So I know a few people who have kind of offered me to buy out full estate sales. Like, I've got a guy's number, and he just told me, he's like, hey, if you ever want to buy out a whole sale, just message me. And I could do it. And there's someone who does storage containers that said I could buy the storage. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Do you know what the play is with that, though, Dave? I'll be serious for a second. You need to find somebody else to buy out the estate, right? Find somebody else to buy out the estate, but you get to go to the estate when he buys it out, and then you just pick the stuff you want. Like, say he buys out an estate for... This is what I used to do in Utah, because I don't want to deal with all the crap, right?
Well, that's the problem.
I don't want to deal with all the stuff. So he'll spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, buy out an estate. I'd go in, and we were filling up rooms for a couple $100 of stuff, or $200 or $300, but we only got what we wanted. We didn't have to do any of the disposal. I'm not even, but like get connections with the person who buys out the estate.
Yeah, and this
there you go. I totally agree.
Carrie messaged me today with like a cool cooking short. He's like, "Oh, you need to make shorts like this." I'm like, "Yeah, but what do I cut out to fit that in?" Right? Because
family time. I told you family time.
Well, that's.
I was talking to you, Rod, about that today. I'm like, man, Dave's having success. What is he going to have to cut out? You can't do everything, Dave.
He's changing. Have you noticed how much Dave's been changing?
Yeah, it's awful.
Listen,
I'm going to start a Reddit thread about it.
I will say,
seriously.
I have, the YouTube shopping thing, which no one ever uses, but maybe you should if you're a content creator. Cause
I would use it on our
my
channel,
cooking channel
as a test.
It's brought in $100 in like 4 days.
Dude, that's insane.
Just from
that's really
people
cool.
clicking those affiliate links, which is crazy. It depends, guys. Get them down below.
Depends, dude. Guys, seriously, load them up.
Hey,
they're not even buying what's in my link. They're just
load
clicking
up
my
on
link,
those depends.
and then they're like ordering their groceries or whatever. It's kind of like how you do the Amazon affiliate stuff. Like, it's the same
people
idea.
Dude, most of my buys, people go through my eBay link, and they go on there, and because it shows you what they're buying, and I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Like, it's on
You
Purina.
got to learn a lot about your following.
Purina dog chow, like paintbrushes. Someone bought paintbrushes. It's like, okay, cool. That paintbrush.
Hey.
I don't know. So
they're gonna pay you for it. Doesn't hurt anybody.
Anyways, my point was, like, even if you're not doing content creation, if you're doing reselling, there's always going to be this balance of what do you put the time into, because you don't want to take time away. Let's say you only source at garage sales, Kevin. Okay, or thrift stores. Let's say thrift. You only go to the thrift, and you don't want to start going to garage sales because it's more of a gamble. You're not sure you're going to find good items, whereas at the thrift, you know you can be there all day and you maybe will eventually find something. How do you justify taking the risk of skipping the thrift store and going to garage sales instead? Dan in Demand, I'm looking at you, who doesn't like to go to garage sales. Yeah. Like,
how do you take the risk? Okay, well, maybe you don't, but I think, I don't know that that's a good comparison. I think it's totally different. I mean, I love garage sales. I'm always going to them. I'm always going to pick them. I'm always going to find stuff. But if it wasn't enough, then those connections are where the money's at. Those relationships, there's people who do backroom deals. There's making deals with Goodwill employees and whatever. There's tons of shady business going on out there. And, fortune favors the bold, I guess. The crooked and the bold, but the bold. I mean, what are you going to do? I don't know if that's crooked, Kevin, but there are people who do it.
If you're doing it, I'm sure it's crooked.
I'm not doing it. I hate Goodwill.
But here's the thing, too. Like, isn't there an argument that it's more risky not to be hedging and be trying different sourcing? If you rely on anything too much, if you rely on one selling platform.
Where do you think these rag houses are getting their goods?
Tech and Sports told us where they get their goods. They get it from Goodwill.
Like thrift stores, right?
When Goodwill, when it doesn't sell at the bins, it goes to the rag house, then it goes to Tekken's house. That's the
I've
process.
got a thrift store here. Brandon and me, we need to go in there. There's this new thrift store that has expanded, right? And I guarantee you, because they don't have outlets and they don't have the ways that Goodwill can get rid of stuff, I guarantee you when they get overloaded with stuff, if they get overloaded with stuff, which they clearly did because they expanded to another store, they got to have connections. It's like estate sale people. Estate sale people will call certain people to get rid of merchandise that they can't
they're
sell
taking,
or there's too
they're
much.
They're taking like morticians out to lunch on the weekend so that they can get first dibs on the new estates. They probably are. I'm not even being. They seriously are. And there's rag houses is for clothing, but when I had my physical brick and mortar store, these two kids, they were like in their early 20s, came into my shop and they're like, "You buy and sell stuff? Are you interested in like video game stuff and electronics?" I'm like, "Yeah, always." And what they had is they had a deal with the DI, the Deseret Industry in Utah, and they were an electronic, or what were they called?
Recycler, yeah.
Yeah, and I would go in, and at one time they had like 30, 40 Nintendo 64s. It's probably not like this anymore. This was 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting them for $7 a piece, selling the jumper pack or the memory thing for $20, and so I was doing all sorts of stuff back then, and it was just through basically opening up a shop.
Yeah,
and sometimes doing content is opening up a shop, letting people know you're in business, and getting people to come to you.
Many moons ago, I talked to 2 different pawn shops, and one of them was supplying, because they got so many NESs back then. And when they would hit this limit, they would sell them to me for half of what they typically sell. And I'd make like $30-$40 a pop, put them all together at Christmas time and do that. Another one was VHS. I talked to a guy at the shop and I'm like, "Hey, do you guys take VHS? Do you buy VCRs? Do you buy them?" And he's like, "No, we don't buy them." I'm like, "Would you buy them for, would you give somebody $5 for it? And then I'll come in and give you 10. That was back when it was really hot and whatever. And the guy's like, "Yeah." And we did it for a little while. And then he's like, "I don't want to do it again." Because he was making like $15 off of 3 and is holding them for a week and he wasn't going to do it. But that's the kind of stuff that you can do. You can make those connections and ask people to do things like that. And they'll do them sometimes. It's worth a shot.
Look at that, guys. That was educational.
How do you
notice, like, how many of the nice comments are super negative on our podcast? Like, that's got to be a skill we have, where the nice comments even are mean. Like, listen to this. No fart jokes, no poop talk, no diarrhea worries. What a relief. Finally, a real reselling podcast. Great topics, great guest, even art of resale, great show. Then the next one. You guys exhaust me, but y'all are funny. I can't believe Tech and Art put up with you guys.
Art?
Yeah.
You can't believe Art put up with us?
Yeah. Look at that. Like, these nice comments aren't nice. Guys, up your niceness game.
They're just getting in on us. We're always teasing each other. They're a part of us, and we're
teasing
being a part of it.
A little pro picker teasing over here, but
it's ridiculous. Well, but he's being teased because it's at a point of it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
the saturation is out of control.
Okay, so number one seller today on Dibit.
Kid because I care.
Who do you think the number one seller on Dibit was today?
Ooh, that is a great question. I don't know. I was at like 3-something.
It was Mojo Dojo.
Right.
Mojo
Dojo.
Really?
That makes sense.
What did he get?
$500.
Nice, Mojo.
$520. This is.
So how much do you get it that day?
5 cents. I
don't
don't
know.
know. Kevin, you
Don't we get 1.66%?
1%? $5.
So that's like we each made like $5 and some
We're
change.
rich, baby.
Thanks, Mojo.
Kevin, you sold $447. I sold $456.
Oh, did I sell that much?
It might include shipping.
Oh, I did.
It might include shipping.
Yeah,
it might include shipping. So if it,
I need to do Dibit every time you guys.
That was all
about it.
Cool $1 T-shirts I got at garage sales. That was nice, and I got most of them at the same garage sale. I did pretty good.
I would
on
say
that
I invested probably about $900 into my 456, so pretty good. I only lost 50%.
Nice, dude. That's like a negative 50% profit.
I will say
but nobody ever talks about negative profit margin, and that's
but you have to subtract the $5 from Mojo you made.
I will say, Mojo gave away a really cool shirt. It was like a vintage.
What about my shirt I gave away?
I don't have the app because I have Android.
Why don't you do that, Dave? I've done that. I stole right from Mojo.
I sold more than you, and I didn't have to give anything away.
Look,
dude,
and
you have like retail merchandise with tags from Universal Studios.
Well, I don't sell.
We also got to remember
Kevin. I don't know what to tell you.
When you have quality auctions like that, it's building up the valuation of Dibit, which, in my estimation, is at least worth $1 million now. If Kevin ever buys us out, that's $333,000 that you owe me and Dave.
I've been trying to buy it out.
We're giving you the price.
You guys won't.
We're letting you know the valuation's roughly $1 million.
$333.
$1 million.
You're going Shark Tank, you two. Get out of here,
Kevin. It's a marketplace that
I'd probably tap out for that. I probably would.
Yeah, $333K. Listen, it's the kind of marketplace that sells $42,000 plus dollars.
Like, that's
in 6
revenue,
months.
dude.
I could see the future. Dave's going to be Mr. Dave Cooker, man, and me and Carrie are going to be sitting here waiting for a host, right? And Dave's going to be racking in Dibit money, and he doesn't even need it.
If that were to happen,
he's going to come in his chef hat and nothing else, just trying to...
If it were to happen that I all of a sudden became like Sam the cooking guy level, I would have to come on here
never
to brag.
giving up.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'd have to come on and brag.
Dave's the one person. Actually, Dave and Kevin, I'll give you guys both credit. I don't think you guys would change if you had like real massive success.
Yeah, I'd just give away
I think
a lot
you'd
more
still
money.
probably do pretty much the same stuff. You just might do less.
I would have no mortgage, and I'd give away a lot of money. That's the goal in life.
Dude, you'd be food Mr. Beast. He's already food Mr. Beast. He's doing Feastables, but you know my point.
Yeah, well, no, and I would just go, like, I'd get a bunch of homeless people into my house, and I'd cook for them, and is that what you mean by Mr. Beast?
Sponge
and
bath.
I'd give them ocular implants so they could hear at the end of the video, like, just tie that.
But there's also, like, a chip with, like, Commonwealth is, you know, like, with his
like you have
QR
to
code or
Put the
something.
duvet back in.
Once a day you have to watch one of his videos.
Yes.
Or it's over. Or the chip explodes.
Kevin, we have 16 applications to sell on Dibit. You're really slacking there, buddy.
Dude, I do that every day. Don't tell me.
I
Hey,
forgot
by the
how to.
way,
I can't
we told
find that
people-
anymore.
I think this was in Paige's criticism. No, it wasn't Paige's criticism. It was Paige listed something, by the way. Somebody go buy it so he can put it on a video. He listed something and did it. But it is growing. I bet we gained 50 people today.
Dude, I had an idea.
bet
There
we
was a
did.
couple people you didn't approve because it wasn't like action figure based. Just change their fee to 50% and then accept them.
Except
Oh, yeah.
50%. Hey, my shopcommons.net,
Basically,
the first
eBay
100
fees.
people are getting 8% fees. Just saying.
Just like eBay fees, 50%.
Yeah, just jack them up, right? Jack the new people up and protect us old, get some gatekeeping going on in
Kevin, that
eBay,
is a
right?
Kevin thing to do.
Shopcommons.net sounds like
That's
a
a
place
bad
where I'd
idea,
have
by the
to do paperwork for hours.
This is perfect for Dave.
What are
You
commons?
could have sold your Lego thing on there.
Fantastic.
I'm telling
A
you.
lot of 300 comics, $75. That's your listing?
Yep.
I wish I could.
It's a video.
downvote
All
it.
the
I wish I could
listings are
thumbs it
video.
down.
All the listings are video listings.
That's weird.
And
Why?
they're all multi-quantity. It's reseller to reseller. I'm just so glad I got 5 seconds. Dave has no topic.
You have 12
Reseller
sellers?
to reseller wholesale.
I noticed that I'm not a
Yes,
seller. I noticed that I haven't been accepted.
I sent both of
Did I
you
get
a link.
I know,
approved?
but I
I
didn't get
begged.
approved.
I begged.
I mean, I didn't
Because you
apply.
didn't.
I applied.
I didn't apply.
I applied.
Because I just don't want you to
I applied and
succeed.
said I'd be offended if you didn't accept me. That's what
You
I
only
said.
have 2 listings on this marketplace, Kevin. Everything is a
hasn't even
video,
gone
Carrie.
live
There's
yet,
2.
Dave.
There's 2.
Dave, it's
Who-
live
what
by
is
the
it? What-
time this video comes out. It's not live yet. But while we're recording, it's not live yet.
Oh, and that's why you only have 2 listings.
I haven't
How many-
announced it. How am
Let's
I gonna
predict.
have sellers?
Guess right now. Guess how many listings and see how off you are. Let's
Hey, one
guess. How
sold
many do you
already.
think?
Chernock sold one already.
It's 2. And I already said it's 2 listings.
No, I know, but Chernock already sold one of his.
I know, but I don't understand Carrie's guessing game. What is this guessing game you're playing?
Guess how many
Yeah, what
listings
is
are
this?
on there by the time this goes
Oh,
live.
by the
right?
time this goes
So there's 2
live.
listings. So
Okay,
how many
okay.
listings will you have then?
32.
Oh,
I'm guessing
have,
14.
it's probably somewhere
Well,
in
we
there.
could
But
do
I gotta
that.
get sellers.
We can do the math. He has 12 sellers right now. He's the only one who's listed. So if he gets 100 new sellers and they all also
Nobody
list nothing.
knows it's live.
Yeah, based on that math, it would still just be Commonwealth Pickers 2 items.
Dave, think about this with your plush. You could do a Disney lot and just put it all in one giant box and sell that box and not have to run the show.
It's
it
a
is.
catch-22 when you're doing auctions
Yeah.
for lots of stuff because like
For you
Yeah,
it
it's
is,
like,
right?
I
But
could
I'm
sell
talking about
the
other
one
people.
item.
This is an option for
I
them.
could let's say I have 10 items. I sell them. I run them, 4 sell for $2 each. That's $8. Or I run the lot of all 10 and I get $8. So then basically I've given 6 items away for free, whereas I could have just ran the 4 for $2 each and kept the rest.
Here's the thing, but if you use shopcommons.net, Kevin's getting some of that money.
8%.
So you're missing
the point of
I ain't
this.
signing up for that
8%.
crap.
Yeah, we
8?
didn't get
No,
5%. We didn't get the
I
friend
want
deal.
3%.
No,
bro.
I didn't say that.
I don't even. I want you to bite. I want you to pay the
You
fee.
want me to
Paying the
lose
fees
money?
for me. I want the fees to come out of your money when I sell something.
Do that. I wonder if you could do that.
I want the fees to come to me after I sell on your marketplace because I brought you an audience. Dude, how crazy is it? I will say this as a final note. I streamed that crap on everything. ADH Dave Picks, ADH Dave Flips, Trash
You
to
brought
Cash
people.
podcast,
New people came over.
and Facebook. My max concurrent watchers was 120. No one freaking cares.
Yeah.
What's up with that? That's terrible.
No one cares.
Wait, if I just go live on ADH Dave Picks right now, I'll get 400 people in there.
I can't.
But because it was Dibit, no one watched it.
Right. Now I get. Well, that's understandable.
We got to grow it.
I don't blame people.
Why not?
You brought people over, Dave. I was watching them come over.
Well, they should.
I saw them. New sellers, new names, new buyers. They were coming over. I was watching it. I was watching it go up by all day.
Well,
it was going up.
You got to stay the course,
You're
Dave.
welcome.
If we want to be
my
flying to
went
space
up to
in 30 years,
$340,000.
if we want to go to space like Jeff Bezos, we got to stay the course.
Stay the course. You got it.
Stay the
One
course.
day.
What, are we going to start selling subscriptions to Dibit? You know, you pay $50 a month and you can buy Kevin's stuff.
But let me tell you, there's other marketplaces that probably could do that because they want to sell on an audience that's already created for that niche, man. I'm telling you, you could do it. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do that because it's a lot of pressure. You got to bring an audience, right? Mojo did well today. Some people did well. FleeCon did well for leading it off, to be honest with you. Yeah. So, these people are putting money in the game too, skin in the game, and it's a building process. And hey, there was some of those auctions that me and you weren't in today. There were over 20 people in,
there you go.
And that's a lot more than people could just go on Whatnot for the first time, second time, and get them. So it's like I think it's gonna work.
Yeah,
over time.
I think it's good fun. It's the show has really gone.
We should come up with a theme song for Dibit.com. I'll come up with one.
I got bags. I bought bags. Dibit.com IKEA bags from Just Be Crafted. I'm going to be giving them away or selling them maybe. Hey, speaking of, I got to get Dave on the 23rd. Don't let me forget. You got to autograph like 100 trash cash bags, and then I'm bringing them to Tennessee. I'll pay for dinner. And I'm bringing them to Tennessee, and Carrie's going to autograph them after you've autographed them. And then we've got stuff to give away to people here on the podcast, to give away on the Whatnots and the Dibdits and all the stuff.
All right.
Or sell.
The only thing I heard is I'll pay for dinner, but it sounded good to me.
I'll conveniently forget.
I'll sign. If Dave doesn't sign, I'll sign for him.
That's fine.
I know Dave's signature perfectly.
Bid less on those ones because it's not real. It's not official. I have a terrible signature.
Dave doesn't even know. Do you even know cursive, Dave?
Yeah, it's not great. I'm just going to start signing everything AI Kitchen. I can rate that pretty nice.
You should.
My wife
would be
signs
hilarious.
everything Blue Ridge Mama.
There you go.
She signs it all Blue Ridge
I think
Mama.
Don signs Lady Arbitrage, so yeah.